Aya Wilson continues to generate discussion, often for reasons beyond her exceptional basketball skills. Widely regarded as one of the best players in the WNBA, her off-court comments and interactions have led to mixed perceptions among fans. Described by some as the queen bee of the league, Wilson's focus on herself has overshadowed her team's challenges, particularly under head coach Becky Hammond's strategies. Despite her individual brilliance, averaging impressive stats that put her in the top tier of players, there are concerns that her team's struggles stem more from coaching decisions than her performance. While some argue she could elevate her game further by not being so heavily relied upon, her position in the league remains secure. Many would argue she deserves to be considered among the top players globally, possibly even the best, akin to how Joel Embiid is viewed in the NBA. However, Wilson's off-court remarks have sometimes detracted from her on-court achievements. Her focus seems to shift toward maintaining her spotlight rather than uplifting other players. For instance, her interactions with Caitlin Clark, another rising star, have raised eyebrows. While Clark has worked to support her peers, Wilson often appears self-centered in her public persona. This dynamic resembles a classic tale of rivalry, where personal narratives sometimes take precedence over the sport itself. Critics note that her comments, particularly about playing in hostile environments, reflect an unwillingness to embrace the diverse experiences in the league. Fans attending games, especially young girls, look to these athletes for inspiration. Wilson's comments about dreading games in Indiana, a place rich with basketball history and enthusiastic support, come off as dismissive of the very fans that cheer for her. The online discourse around players has intensified, with many feeling the scrutiny is unfair. Yet, the realities of sports fandom often include passionate reactions, whether positive or negative. It's common for players across leagues to face harsh criticism, yet Wilson's comments suggest she feels particularly targeted. This sentiment seems to emerge whenever she perceives attention shifting away from her, reinforcing the narrative of her needing to reclaim the spotlight. It's worth noting that the league has evolved, with more fans, particularly young boys, embracing women's basketball. The growth of the WNBA should be celebrated, as it showcases a shift in societal attitudes toward women's sports. However, Wilson's tendency to frame her narrative as one of victimhood detracts from the collective progress made by her peers. Her repeated focus on her experiences, especially when they overshadow team success, raises questions about her leadership style. While she undoubtedly possesses immense talent, her tendency to play the victim card can alienate fans and fellow players alike. In a league striving for unity and growth, it's crucial for star players to recognize their influence and responsibilities. In conclusion, while Aya Wilson has the potential to be a defining face of the WNBA, her current approach, often centered on self-promotion at the expense of her teammates, could hinder both her legacy and the league's growth. Balancing individual success with collective progress may be the key to her and the league's future success.